There are five elements that constitutes our body, and all five elements are in perfect ratio, 1:3 ratio. Okay, so look at our body, the solid material, or the earth, or the earth material. Okay, three times earth material is a water material. All the blood and snot and tears, whatever liquid, are three times more. Okay, more than that is the fire element. Okay, all the have you ever thought like me, friends, that this idea of people going and living in Mars is so stupid? But because the people who are giving this kind of idea are so-called brilliant people, billionaires, so-called geniuses, that people believe this blindly. Do you think like that? First thing, people, listen. Okay, listen. All right, nature created life. Okay, humans create artificial intelligence, robots. Nature, all the life that are created here have been created by nature. If I eat a fruit and then just throw it, some insects are going to come there. Some microorganisms are going to come there and they start decaying food. If there are some rodents, some dirts and garbage, and trashy place, mice are going to come there themselves. Right? At some point, human beings also, big animals like human beings, dinosaurs, everything, everything came here. Right? So dinosaur were here before already. Something happened, and something happened, like Elon Musk imagines something, asteroid impact or something happened, that unfortunately just wiped out all the dinosaurs from the entire planet. Maybe and anybody with common sense can think that if it can wipe out all the dinosaurs, then at that time it might have wiped out other species also. But then what happened? All the other species came out. Again, all the plants started emerging. We have mountains, we have hills, we have trees, we have birds, we have every kinds of species here on this planet Earth. So you have to think that nature, Earth as a planet is something special. It's not like you look at the Earth and you look at the Mars and then you make comparison like the same type of size, same type of size, same type of gravity, same type of gravity. So they are both same, and Mars can also sustain life if we artificially transport people or other animals to Mars and then just terraform it. Then this is all nonsense, because if Mars could sustain life, nature would have already created life in there, just like on Earth. So what is there on Earth? People have to search for what is there on Earth, what makes Earth so special. And when you search for those kind of things, instead of just thinking like Earth is just a planet like other planets, then, my friends, you will come into some conclusions. You will look at Earth differently. People are, I think these days, people are getting sick and tired of Earth already, sick and tired of life already. That's why all the movies, all the Hollywood movies, big budget movies are made about on the topic like the world getting destroyed or some alien invasion or something like that. Just people are just, this is people's mind never gets satisfied. Now they are starting to get dissatisfied with the Earth and everything, and they are building all these nuclear weapons, everything, and then they are just trying to like kill each others. I mean, this is the type of time we are going through, and everybody is very materialistic. We are not being spiritual. We have forgotten to turn inwards. We have got so many things on the outside world, like social networking, mobile phones. So many things have come out. That drags you, that pulls you out in the outside world, and that makes you feel like only the material things are real, and there's nothing beyond the material. We have come far away from the point of time when we were spiritual, when we were turning inwards, when we were talking about what is soul, what is life, all these beautiful things. Who am I? All these beautiful things. Now our mind has been constricted, narrowed down to only physical and material things. Like only those people who have money are the only brilliant ones. Like, in the past, we had scientists like Albert Einstein. They were not rich. Newton was broke. So many scientists were not rich, and so many poets were not rich. So many philosophers were not rich. And then why do we think like we are going through this kind of very confusing time where we think that only these very rich, ultra rich people are brilliant, and whatever they say are true, and we believe all that? People just think sometimes. Okay, what is special about the Earth that sustains life so much, and it creates life? It created life at one point in time. Something happened, destroyed all the species, probably all the species on Earth with dinosaurs, because there's no chance that dinosaurs died, then everybody else lived, and then it created again. So creation comes on Earth itself, and it's not like evolution or anything. Just creation happens on Earth. What is there special on Earth? We have to think about that, and we have, if we understand these things, then we'll understand the value of Earth, and we'll understand why is it important to preserve Earth, conserve Earth, rather than thinking about Mars and all these other unnecessary things when we have so many problems here on Earth. First of all, okay, in our body and in Earth, everything, all the materials. First of all, human body is made up of five materials. Okay, Vedanta philosophy says this. Hindu this. Vedanta philosophy says five materials: earth material. Number two, water material. Number three, fire element or material. I was saying material, now element. It's okay, same thing. Then after fire, air element, and then after that, ethereal element or the akas or the space element. There are five elements that constitutes our body, and all five elements are in perfect ratio, 1:3 ratio. Okay, so look at our body, the solid material or the earth or the earth material. Okay, three times earth material is a water material. All the blood and snot and tears, whatever liquid, are three times more. Okay, more than that is the fire element. Okay, all the fire element, you have the heat in our body. Okay, that fire element three times more. Okay, you cannot measure it like so much because things get more and more subtle, but just think the concept, understand the concept. More than the fire element is the air element going inside our lungs, going traveling all over the blood. It's definitely more than water element, fire element. Okay, and then more than that, three times more than that, is the akas element or the space element. Okay, that is the tiny space or empty spaces between cells and capillaries, and there's small parts. If you measure all that, it will be exactly in ratio. Look at the earth now. Now I'm coming to the point. Okay, look at the earth. Same thing now. 30% land, 70% like water. It's like 1:3. Okay, so three times more. That is water element. More than water element, three times more is the heat element. Actually, heat is created inside earth. Okay, heat is trapped inside earth. Okay, that's why heat element is, or the fire element is, three times more than the water element. Look at the ocean, look at the heat element getting trapped. Then more than that is the air element. The air goes even beyond the heat element. Okay, it goes very far above. And then more than that is the space element, that is there, empty space everywhere, three times. So this is only one example, okay, that I'm giving you. This is only one example. There are so many other reasons why the earth is in perfect condition to create life. That's why it created life here on earth. Nobody, it's very natural that life emerged on earth, right? People ask, chicken or egg? Chicken came first or egg came first? Whichever came first, something came first at some point in time. They forget that. Okay, they just want some logic, whether chicken came or egg came first. But either one of those, anything came first, something has to come first for life to emerge, right? People forget that, right? And it's not about chicken or egg. This is only one species we're talking about. There are so many kinds of species there. Who created all these kinds of species? At some point in time, they emerged, right? Sometimes destruction happened, then again life started emerging on Earth. This is not the same with Mars. Mars has been uninhabitable since we know. That is why everybody, I think that, this is my personal opinion. Okay, this is my personal opinion. You don't have to be a scientist or somebody with an IQ of 160 plus to question some basic things. You can be anybody living anywhere in the world and you can still question some things. Can human actually live in Mars? If you think that this idea is absurd, then it might be absurd. You might be one person who thinks like that, but being one person, you might be correct, because if you're scientifically accurate, then you will be correct, not because you have so many followers, so many opinions backing you up, that makes you correct. No, when you are one person, you are thinking the right way. You are thinking like based upon whatever you see, and thinking based upon common sense. Firstly, science is a common sense. This is my thinking. Okay, science is not something that comes out of a scientist's mouth. Science is also not something that comes some billionaire, some powerful person, or even somebody who's regarded as a genius scientist said that. Science is not about who said this. Science is about what actually happens. So when you see something happening, and when you understand it, then I think everybody has the right to form opinion based upon what they see. And I believe that it is those people who will be correct, okay, more than those people who are geniuses, so-called brilliant people. Because when you are, because what is science actually? Science is about nature, right? Science is about what you see, what you observe, what you can think logically. That is science, right? And think logically. Is Mars actually inhabitable? Do you think so? We will go. We can go to Mars one day, absolutely. But can we just transport so many people and then emerge our civilization on Mars? Do you think so? Like we can have so many people living in Mars in the future. They will reproduce. They will just go throughout generations and living in Mars and enjoying living in Mars. I do not think so. I do not think Mars is capable of handling life. I do not think that nature in Mars, the nature helps in sustaining life there. That's why life didn't happen there naturally. And when nature itself is saying that life cannot sustain because I cannot create. See, nature is here on Earth, nature is there in Mars also. Why did nature create life on Mars? If life could sustain on Mars, nature, why didn't it create life on Mars? Nature created life on Earth, though itself. Nobody created life on Earth itself. So everything came out at once. Once upon a time, everything came out of nothing, right? This whole universe came out of nothing. So life also came out of nothing on Earth. So why is it difficult for people to get it, right? So I want people to stop being like too much materialistic, and think in a very spiritual way also. Turn backwards to yourself. Give some time to yourself. Find some time to yourself and be a little bit alone sometimes and try to think who you are. And then if you become a little bit spiritualist, all these things, all these materialistic things that are driven by only people who are thinking only materialistically, only by the people who think like materials are the only real things and there's nothing beyond material, there's nothing, there's no soul, there's no nothing. Those kind of ideas will seem to be stupid to you as well, right? Hope you like this video. I hope you will subscribe to my channel. I will bring this kind of content in the future also. I'm a yogi from Nepal, right? So I have gone into deep meditation. I know how to go into deep meditation, and then I have started this channel. So I hope you will support it by subscribing to this channel, right? So please go ahead and subscribe if you want to. And then I think I will see you in the next video. Then thank you very much. Bye.